Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in. We are going to do episode 5 today. This is the Adventures of Super7, up close and personal. These are interviews that we decided to do with the lead characters, Super7 and Sandra West. So episode 5 is Super7's interview, done of course by Jerry Kokich, who played Super7. And when I watched this episode again, I was really struck by Jerry. He did such a great job of embodying this character. First of all, he had to wear full body spandex. So kudos to Jerry because he actually pulled it off and looked great. But he also had the perfect blend of superhero and comedy. So he knew just the right gravitas with which to deliver his lines. And I thought that he did just a really fun job with this interview. It was Bob Scott's idea. Robert Griffith, the creator of the series, Scott Rhodes was his stage name. So when I met Bob Scott, he introduced himself as Scott Rhodes, and so I always called him Scott. And then as we became really good friends, which we did over the years because we shot 70, I don't know how many episodes between Super7 and Sandra West, we became really good friends. And all of his old friends, Glenn and Terry, they all called him Bob. And so I was like, what should I call you? So I ended up calling him Bob Scott. So that's my name for Robert Griffith. Scott Rhodes, same guy, creator of both Super7 and Sandra West. Anyway, he really wanted us to get to know these characters. We shot it in the courtyard at Bob Scott's apartment. It's where we shot almost everything was at Bob Scott's apartment. The parking garage under his building, the alley in the back of his building, the courtyard where we shot these in the center of his building. It was a all location, which worked out perfect and made everything really easy, especially for Bob, who had a stroke and was in a wheelchair the whole time that we were shooting all of these. Last little bit of information, the chariot of justice that Super7 drives away in was Bob's car that he owned when he had the stroke, and it was sitting in his parking spot and had been sitting there since the stroke. He was unable to drive, and so we pulled it out. We made it Super7's vehicle. It was that dirty just from basically being abandoned under the building, so we just left it as part of the disguise. But yeah, the chariot of justice. There's the story. Enjoy the episode, guys.
Well, as you know, I'm Super7. I am a duly deputized agent of the law. I work for a super secret organization known as Them. I'm sorry, I cannot tell you that. Giving away any classified information like that might compromise my effectiveness as a crime fighter. So I cannot tell you anything about where I was born, or my parents, or my upbringing, as that might give you an insight into my secret identity, which must remain secret. Sandra and I both worked for Them, a super secret organization. She no longer is an active member of Them, and from time to time we have been known to work together.
Hello, Red.
For the forces of good, for world peace. Sometimes I have some questions about Sandra's motives, but I think at heart, she is a good person. Without revealing anything about my secret identity, I'm much like you. I like to spend my time reading. I like to spend my time lounging by the pool, having a barbecue, having a few friends over. You and I are not so different. Well, I'm sure you're familiar with my film background. I have done several major internationally successful motion pictures. I have been an international rally driver. I'm proud to say I won the World Rally of Martinidad 3 straight times. I don't know if you know this one. I am a Nobel Prize-winning physicist. I hold a number of patents. I hate to brag about myself. I've climbed Mount Everest, K2, McKinley, Mount Whitney, and I was the first masked superhero ever to be allowed to rappel into Mauna Kea, the active volcano on Hawaii's Big Island. I've also written a number of books, all under Super 7, and we're in the process of creating a website that will give more information about me without compromising my effectiveness as a crime fighter. I can tell you this. I come from a long line of law enforcement officers, crime fighters, and costumed heroes. More than that, I cannot say. My fighting style, much like Bruce Lee's Jeet Kune Do, encompasses a wide variety: Western boxing, Eastern sword. But the primary body of knowledge that I have used to develop my own martial arts style is the world of professional wrestling. Such greats as El Santo, the wonderful Mexican wrestlers of the 1960s and 70s of whom I studied with. Their power, their adaptability, their strength forms the basis of my own personal martial art, which, unfortunately, I cannot name, as it would compromise my effectiveness as a crime fighter. Wasn't he the governor of California? Well, them, as you know, is a super secret organization dedicated to world peace. They, on the other hand, is a super secret organization dedicated to world evil. Now, you've heard of organizations such as Spectre, Smersh, Chaos. They're Boy Scouts compared to they. Now, them, once you become a member of them, they are your archenemy. We, them, are dedicated to the eradication of they. Them, not we, them, them. When you're working for us, not us, United Spies, a completely different organization. Anyone else, they, them, their, those, mine, ours, yours, they, ours, they, them, us. What were we talking about again? This is my crime-fighting vehicle, the Chariot of Justice. The Chariot of Justice has all the bells and whistles any crime fighter could possibly want. State-of-the-art weaponry, state-of-the-art armor. It's faster than it looks. But its appearance as a lowly abandoned vehicle allows me to blend in with the surrounding environment.